Hey everyone, Unlimited Ammo here for another Magicite challenge run. And today's challenge we're doing Pig Folk, Black Dragon Mask, and Gadget Guard only. So we're only killing things with the Gadget Guard. We're starting as Pig Folk with Black Dragon Mask. Taking aggressive for the extra attack, and we ended up healthy because I was tired of pressing the stats button. And the second big difference, big change here, is this is actually being recorded post commentary. Which if I pretended it wasn't, you'd figure it out pretty quickly because the narration's going to be all goofy and off and weird and different. The reason for that is because I was doing a recording that did not involve the mic, so I cut the mic feed, and then when I was doing actually my regular recording, I forgot to turn it back on like a big doofus. So I was just sitting here talk to myself through the duration of the run, like an absolute goof. But I did like the run. I like how it went. It had some good parts in it, and I didn't feel like redoing it. I didn't feel like I could redo it and still be interesting and have fun with it. So I figured, well, let's try a post narration. I've never done that before, never done post commentary, so it'll be a fun little experiment for me, as well as getting the challenge in the video out here, and still having the good run shown. And then also after this, we get to play some Binding of Isaac, because it was supposed to be up yesterday. I was supposed to have this up yesterday, but obviously I messed it up. The narration, and then it would take twice as long to play the run and then rewatch it and narrate. So I didn't get it up yesterday. It was unfortunate for me because I'm behind on recording again. I want to get ahead so I can have my videos done ahead of time. So there's much less pressure and stress to get them out. If it doesn't work out correctly, that's fine. I have an extra day to deal with it. But working on there, school stuff got in the way. So priorities. School comes first, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. We are just Gadget Guarding away. Gadget Guard is very low damage. It does half your attack stat. It's supposed to do half your attack stat. We're going to see the Gadget Guard. There's a bug or a change in how it works. It wasn't quite working correctly for most of the run. So maybe not most of the run. So it wasn't quite working correctly for much of the run. And we'll see that in a second. But at least the way it's supposed to work is half of your attack stat. Which when you get a really huge attack, say Jelly Blade, which is one thing we're going for in this run. Get a Jelly Blade, large amount of attack, then does half of that damage, so if you get a large attack stat, doing half of 100 is still a lot of damage, especially because the Gadget Guard will hit enemies multiple times. Hit that board, that one Gadget Guard hit him a few times. So we want a large attack stat, and we do lots of damage, but until then we're stuck on a low damage Gadget Guard at the very beginning. So we're going to be patient, be slow, gather resources as normal, be patient with killing all these enemies. We do have extra time in the first level before the Scourge shows up, so we don't need to rush. We need to be careful, not die. Because I am at 2 health, I've taken a bunch of damage. One thing is going to happen in this run, is that we take a lot of trap damage, because look at me fighting this boar. We have to jump, dodge around, jump, dodge, we're moving all over the place, highly mobile. And when there's traps around, I'm going to run into a lot of traps just trying to hit the enemies. So when you try and hit the enemies, and forget about the traps, or try to hit the enemies while dodging the traps and it doesn't work, and I take trap damage. We're going to take a lot of damage from traps during this run. So be aware of that. Made a bone axe, of course, so we can gather our wood. Get some wood going. So we can make stone, get iron, you know the drill. I'm going to sip my coffee. This is my first recording, not this run, because yesterday with this narration is the first recording of the day, so I'm having a little bit of coffee. We're probably going to go to the gym. Now I'm going to run on Isaac and probably go to the gym. Yeah, because Isaac Rebirth came out today. Super excited. Let's get that going. And have that going back. I want to get this done first, because I have to encode it. So I wanted to get the Isaac run done, and then encode this. So I want to get this out of the way as soon as possible so I can get this up today, because I'm a day behind. Magicite videos today, of course, now. Which is unfortunate, but yeah, things get in the way. You know how it goes. Accidentally stabbed that man with the Gadget Guard. I'm sure he'd be fine, though. He survived. Also, more school stuff. You don't want to hear me complain about it, but man, it just seems like it's like you ever do a thing. And we also have a purple stone pick. It was extra health. That was kind of fun. But it's like I keep thinking I'm done, and then there's one more thing I have to do. I think I'm done. There's one more thing I have to do. And it's very frustrating. So hopefully all that finally clears up soon. We're still only doing 3 damage. Got a sword. A couple level ups. We're still only doing 3 damage to our Gadget Guard. That's infuriating because 3 damage sucks. That sucks. It's not a very good amount of damage. Oh, we're still just slow. That's why we're sticking to the forest, slow health enemies, so we can keep killing them with our Gadget Guard. Because it's not doing enough damage to kill much else. Flying around, get more iron, get more stones. Collecting our resources. Don't remember all what I was talking about during most of this. So, usually I ramble, commonly. Start just stream of consciousness, go boom, start rambling. So I don't remember what I was rambling about for most of this. Finally got a little bit more of attack. Got the throwing axe, which is like one of my favorite skills. But of course we can't use it. That's not Gadget Guard. So we're not going to be using our throwing axe. I'm looking for warrior skills for armor or speed or something that might be useful. I'm pretty sure I don't end up using any skills though. I think we end up just not getting anything useful. And if we do get something useful, I don't remember to use it. So the skills don't come into a big play here. We might get double damage, but double damage doubles the damage you do with your weapon when you hit something. It doesn't double your attack stat, so it doesn't affect the Gadget Guard. So even though that's also one of my favorite skills, we can't use it. And we're avoiding the Tundra because we're still not doing any damage. So don't run into an Ice Queen or something and die a terrible death. So we're avoiding the Tundra, we're just going to the forest till we get a more impressive attack stat. Cook up our food, our yummy steaks. I get a bunch of food here, because I'm like, I want to eat this as much as possible for the healing, because we are bad, keep getting hit by traps, taking a lot of damage. Even though we're currently at full health, I know it's not going to last. And I'm right. Get ready to sell an iron pickaxe. Get ready to make an iron pickaxe here. Make a little bit of stone armor, because we have enough for that. Do I make a stone sword? I think I make stone armor. Yeah, I make a stone shirt. I guess I'm about to see anyway. I don't need to like be narrating what happens ahead of the time that it happens, right? Remember, this is the first time I have to record post. Like, this is the first time I've ever done this. Record the audio, then the commentary afterwards, because I accidentally kill a chicken. No, kill the animal, gotta pick it up. And then figure might as well kill the rest of the animals because almost leveled up. So I'm leveled up off the chickens. So this is like a practice for me, like an experiment for me as well. In commentating posts and see how it works, see how I like it, see how you guys like it. Personally, I'm not thinking it's as good right now because like I'm not into the game. It's harder to commentate because I'm not being distracted by the game and I can't say what I'm thinking in the game as it happens. It's all post, which is less interesting because I know it's happening, I know it's going to happen, I know it has happened. I feel like the commentary is a little less interesting, but this is out of necessity, not something I'm planning on doing regularly. Got these slime stuck. We're doing 5 damage now, which is way better than 3 damage. Kills things way more quickly. But I'm pretty sure we should be doing more damage. What's our attack stat? I don't remember what our attack stat is right now. The thing that's going to happen is that we're going to keep getting more attack, and our Gadget Guard is going to keep doing garbage damage. We have 12 attack, and we're only doing 5 damage. It should be doing 6 damage, right? And it's not. It's doing, come on, throw it. It's doing 5 damage, and that's going to be something that happens a lot for the first half of this run. Is that our Gadget Guard isn't doing the damage it's supposed to be doing, and it gets worse. Like 5 instead of 6. Okay, whatever. It's not a big deal. Maybe we're just missing something. Maybe it's not including the sword, whatever. But it keeps not including the weapon for a long time, and some of the armor bonuses, and we bounce around damage values oddly that we're going to see until it finally starts to fix itself, I guess, and starts working again. So I don't know what kind of weird bug we're having our Gadget Guard, but I was really concerned it's going to ruin the run. But it did fix itself, fortunately, so we turned out to be okay. So if you're really... And I do want to kill lots. I want to go to the cave a few times. Our objectives in my head doing this is to go to the Veldt, get a Jelly Blade for the 100 attack, go to the dungeon for Rivenwrath and diamonds, and going to the dungeon once or twice is great, and go to the cave a lot for the experience from the Broodmillers, and also because Broodmillers are really easy to kill with the Gadget Guard. They're probably like one of the enemies that are the most susceptible to the Gadget Guard because they're huge and they go in a straight line, like fly in a straight line, so you just know exactly where they're going. You drop a bunch of Gadget Guards, and they just run into them and take a ton of damage. Just like I ran into that ant and hurt myself for no reason. But yeah, Broodmiller is so easy to kill with Gadget Guards. I love it. It's like the main use of Gadget Guard is the convenient broodmother farming. Which isn't that good, because broodmothers aren't really that difficult to kill anyway. They're predictable, not super tough, don't do super amount of damage. You have to try to land, happens a lot. You have to land perfectly to get. Using Gadget Guard enemies that are stuck on the ground like that is kind of tricky. To land, like get it, Gadget Guard activated right before you land. So take a little bit of practice to do that properly. Getting more food, because I want to eat the food regularly to get healing. So like I said, we're going to be taking lots of damage from traps and enemies, landing on enemies and just being foolish with the Gadget Guard. Already pushing up there. Go to the blacksmith, utilize our resources. Make a hat, go with our stone shirt. We're trying to increase our attack stat to make our Gadget Guard do a not useless amount of damage. So I think we make a sword. Yeah, we're gonna make a sword. So that's our attack. We have 15 attack without the sword. With the iron sword, how much is the iron sword? It's like 4 attack. Is that an iron sword? I think an iron sword is 4. Unless I'm mistaken. Might be 5. I forget all these values a lot. It's like I remember them, I learn them, and I remember them, and I forget them because they're not always relevant. The point is, we're only doing 4 damage. Well, we're doing less damage now than we were before, and then suddenly we're doing 8 damage when we changed our weapon. Like, oh, okay, it fixed itself, I guess. Sort of like change and then unchange, but we're still only doing 8, and that still feels low. Like, oh yeah, I have 23 attack. It's 6, so it'd be, wait, 8 attack the iron sword? That seems really high. No, I guess that makes sense. Okay. But yeah, point is, we're still only doing 8 damage with our Gadget Guard. Like, why are we only doing 8 damage with our Gadget Guard? It's just, yeah, we're doing 8 is half of 16, ignoring the fact we have a weapon equipped. Is ignoring that stat bonus. And now we took it off, put it back on, we're only doing 5 damage again. It's crazy, it doesn't make any sense, I don't understand it. So I'm like, well, I guess at this point, we have to keep trying to figure out why it's bugged and if we can fix it. If it doesn't fix itself, we're gonna have a really hard time getting through here, and I just barely missed that broodmother damage. So I'm trying to like equip it, unequip it, move it around, try to fix it. Still only doing 5 damage. And this is what I mean by broodmother are so easy to kill the Gadget Guard. Look how many times we get a hit her. She just like flies in and we drop a bunch of Gadget Guards and they tear her up. Which is way more effective when you're doing more than 5 damage. But still, they just take so many hits by the Gadget Guards. So I'm really confused as to why we're not doing any damage. It's taking us a while to kill the broodmother because we're not doing the proper amount of damage. And I would like to figure it out. I can't figure it out why while we're still fighting this broodmother. He's refusing to die. There we go. So we leveled up. I'm like, why isn't this working? Gotta try to fix it. Considering maybe they changed the way the Gadget Guard work, does not take into account your weapons, does not do this, does do this. I can't figure out why our damage. Yeah, now it's back up to 9. Why? Excuse me. How did that happen? So maybe I did fix it again. But then it's going to keep bouncing around for a while, and then eventually it becomes a stable number. Yeah. So until then, I'm worried. And during the run, I'm very worried about it not working out. But now in post, I know it does work out, so we can just ignore the fact and just laugh at me struggling with being very confused at why these values keep bouncing around unexpectedly. 9 damage, so much more damage than 5 damage when you're dealing with Gadget Guards. So we kill everything much more quickly, doing this 9 damage. That's, almost double. Very almost double. So yep, see how much more quickly broodmother died. Go around here, doing 10 damage now. Now I'm feeling good about our damage. Feeling much better about the damage at least, because even if it's not exactly half of our attack stat, 10 damage is still good enough to. 10 damage is still good enough to do what we needed to do. But then it changed down to 6, so I have to remind. So I'm super confused again on why it's not working. Oh, so silly. It does end up stabilizing though, which would make this run even more absurd if your Gadget Guard is just doing random amounts of damage. So counterintuitively, it takes us longer to kill this second Broodmother because we're doing less damage after we leveled up. Because I don't know what's wrong with the Gadget Guard right now. There's some sort of weird bug going on with it. Maybe it has to do with the cave because it does stabilize, but then that doesn't make any sense. Why would it? What could I possibly have been doing to make it be there, and then why does it go away? Don't know. I'm not a computer man. Not very super good. I'm incompetent. I'm like computer literate. I'm no programmer though, so I'm not sure what could have possibly been going on to make that effect occur. Excuse me. Yeah, back up to 10. I don't know. Whatever. At this point in the run, I was like done questioning it and was just hoping it would go away so we can do the run properly. This ant is turning into a pain because we have to get. They're really low to the ground, so it's hard to get the Gadget Guard to the right spot. I was trying to get the mimic without activating him. Obviously, I failed. It's kind of hard to get the ant sometimes. A lot of the enemies that are low to the ground, they're terrestrial. Because of the way you have to dodge and jump in order to activate the Gadget Guard. Yeah, so we did get double damage. Okay, that's why the skills. I didn't remember if we got armor or anything. I just didn't use it. Well, that's why the skills never come into play. We have the throwing axe, downward sword, and double damage. None of which can be used in a Gadget Guard only run. Because the sword and throwing axe are not relevant. They're not Gadget Guards, so you can't use them for damage. And double damage only affects the weapon swings and not your actual stats, so they don't affect the Gadget Guard damage. Here I'm like, cave or dungeon? I even considered going to the quarry, specifically to maybe find a crystal bow, just for the exuberant rush of finding a legendary crystal bow. If I side against it, we'll go to the cave, get more experience, get more potions. Almost done my coffee, that's exciting. Yeah, we're close to the run. We're like 15 minutes into the run, it's still a while to go. So after this, we'll play some Isaac. Get some Isaac. Movie's going. Already told you I'm rusty, so don't expect those to be super long at the beginning, because I'll probably die a couple of times. But I'll do my best. See what I can do. I also need to get back to a proper sleep schedule. Sleep schedule's been getting messed up, getting lazy. Have my sleep schedule be non-disciplined, just going to bed late, waking up late. It's supposed to be early to bed, early to rise, not late to bed, late to rise, or early to bed, late to rise. I don't know. I was sleeping too much, I think, past couple days. Need to get that sorted out. I think part of it, daylight saving time, and then just not setting an alarm because I've been letting myself wake myself up, which hasn't been working out super well. So maybe I'll set an alarm. If anybody has some super secret remedy on how to control your sleep cycle, I would greatly appreciate it. That's been something I've been struggling with for a very long time, actually. I don't know why. I'm just a sleepy dude. Also in the morning, just lack motivate. I'm like a different person when I wake up. I don't want to get out of bed for anything. Maybe I don't sleep enough, then I sleep a lot. I don't know. It's been something I've been struggling with for a long time. I think, although I can handle it, yeah, I mean, it's not like I've never had to wake up for anything, so it's something important. I think I just need to get in a habit. I think that's the main thing. Just need to force. I'm a creature of habit, very much a creature of habit. So once I get in the habit of having a proper sleep cycle, having a proper sleep hygiene, I'll be much better off. Also might be caffeine. I do drink a lot of caffeine. Maybe that has something to do with it. A lot of stimulants. Say as I stare into my cup of hot, delicious coffee. Also, hope everyone had a wonderful Halloween and enjoyed the Halloween video that we put up earlier. Fun little lunch for the holiday. I went out of town that day, so I didn't have time for anything else or anything too special. It was a pretty good Halloween. Didn't have any candy. I did not have any candy for Halloween. Can you believe that? I don't care if I'm a grown-ass man. I want Halloween candy. I didn't get any Halloween candy. What a disappointment. It's not like I didn't give out candy, so I'm leftover candy. Now I'm deciding to go trick-or-treating. So there's just, no candy given out, no candy taken, no candy received, just no candy. Very disappointing. That's alright. Christmas, holidays coming up, Christmas and such. So I'll be with the family, and my mother just loves. Mother loves to provide sweets, which is fine because I love to eat sweets. Not as much as she used to because she's more health conscious nowadays about those kind of things, about junk food and such. But I don't to care, I keep myself physically active, and I reward myself with terrible food. Which I know is kind of counterintuitive, it's kind of balancing it out, but that's a big reason of why I remain physically fit, is so I can eat all the terrible, delicious things that I want to without becoming just a disgusting blob, because I do eat a lot of junk food. And then I make myself suffer through lots of heavy workouts for it. I think it's worth it. This is a decent trade. It's working out well. Ideally, I would not eat any junk food, and I would work out the same, and just eat delicious food, and I'd be like a supermodel. Oh well, not gonna happen. Not worried about it. Not to mention, I'm probably... Well, I was gonna say I'm probably getting a little old for modeling. Not that I'm seriously considering, I'm just, you know, train of thought here. I was gonna say I'm probably getting a little old for modeling, but probably not, because I think male models tend to be a little older. And then more mature, like, manly look. Not that I'm considering being a model, because that's ridiculous. We did find a diamond blade, which I think, oh, perfect, we can make a diamond axe, because we're on District 9, we have, like, no gold or no diamond or anything. So I'm really glad we found that diamond blade, so we can start collecting more gold and diamond. Because as far as minerals are going, we're not doing so well. Go through to the dungeon, of course, because dungeon's the only option here. There's... what's her face? Altar, I forget her name. Looks like the plus dexterity altar. We don't need plus dexterity. That's not a thing that's going to help us at all, so just skip it. Ignore it, don't need to use our money for that. I'm trying to decide if we need any use of iron. Of course we do not, so I get rid of it. We just need gold and diamond now. Could have made an iron shield, but I figured we're going to a dungeon, so I'll find a Rivenwrath. So I don't even want to bother. And dungeon is a nightmare for this Gadget Guard only run, because these wrecking balls do a lot of damage. The genies do a lot of damage. I land on a skeleton, take a bunch of damage. The genies do a lot of damage, have a lot of health. They're difficult to get to move into the Gadget Guard, and worst of all, you can see our damage bouncing around again. We're doing 8 and now we're doing 12. It's still not working correctly. But even worse about the genies, they love to do that thing where they just fly up into the ceiling and rain hellfire down upon you from above, and it's incredibly infuriating. And that definitely happens a couple times this run. It's very difficult to deal with. The genies and overall are kind of hard to handle with Gadget Guards. The trick would be, perfect world, they shoot 3 times, you get close to them. When you get close to them after they shoot, they will move towards you, usually. So the trick is, they shoot you, you get close, they'll move towards you, and then you spam the Gadget Guards and they run into it and die. That is the ideal way to fight the genie with the Gadget Guard. It's hard to do, because sometimes they don't walk towards you. The getting close to them after they fire can be difficult because of traps, because of other enemies, because of their own fireballs. So genies are still... there's a technique to it, but still not easy. We managed to kill that one without too much trouble. Damage still not impressive. So we're struggling a little bit, only doing 12 damage a tick. In the dungeon, which is of course a higher level biome. Can't even kill the archers in one hit, and the archers like pathetically weak. Yeah, it's another diamond blade. I'm like, oh, I guess we can get a diamond sword out of that. So drop the hilt. We already have found a sword hilt, so we just put that in there. Boom, diamond sword. Although our attack stat still isn't working, and that genie went into the ground and then shot me from the floor, and I'm very upset about that. And I drink my potion, and I have to deal with all these archers and the genie under the ground, and I'm thinking, what a nightmare this is. Luckily, good for us, the archers only do 1 damage. They used to do 3 damage. That was patched, they only do 1 damage now. So we would have taken much more damage here from the archers if they did 3 damage, or possibly less damage, because I do respect the archers less now they only do 1 damage. I don't make as much of an effort to dodge their arrows, I will admit. That sometimes they just kind of like shrug, oh, they'll hit me, whatever, 1 damage. So now we're doing 21 damage versus 12, like that's a huge jump, but that's just the Gadget Guard being Gadget Guard. I think we're getting close to the point where it fixes itself for good. Or at least almost all the way for good, the Gadget Guard damage glitch that we're having earlier. So looking around for Rivenwraths, looking around for diamonds and such. Dropping our trash, as usual, typical dungeon stuff here. We're taking a lot of damage, like 16 to 29, we're low on health potions. Out of health potions even. So we are taking lots of damage, so I'm getting kind of worried about our health, about our ability to not get killed. Killing these Minotaurs isn't that hard because of their predictable behavior, and they're not that fast. So they kind of just waddle towards you at a brisk walk, and then you drop some gadget guards in front of them and they'll die. So like this guy come at me, I think I get, pretty sure at some point a Minotaur hits me. Like I'm being cheeky and one of them hits me. I don't think it's here though. Nope, not that guy. I'm pretty sure I do something stupid and land on a Minotaur at some point. And Minotaurs do a lot of damage, so that's not a good thing. Learning how to deal with this genie in the wall. He goes over there. Chasing him. I'm not worried about the archer. Kill him anyway, so I was just next to him. And then taking a second to kill the archer, gets the genie into the ceiling. So now he's gone. Oh, genies, I hate you. Genies are commonly a problem for a lot of runs, and they were a particular problem in this run. I found our Ring of Power. Beautiful, more attack stat, gives us more damage on our Gadget Guard when the Gadget Guard is working correctly, of course. So we should, like we're doing, bam, 21 damage. So 21 damage, if it's half of our attack, that would mean we have 42 attack. We have, what, 52 attack, I think it just showed? So Gadget Guard's still not working 100%. I don't think it works 100% through the entire run, but we do still get up to a damage threshold that is pretty acceptable. It's solid, it works out for us. Here we go, dealing with some, trying to kill these genies, because I want as much experience as possible, especially because our Gadget Guard is unreliable on the amount of damage it's outputting. So I want to increase our stat through level ups as much as possible, because it's not correctly working with the weapon, damage from the weapon. And I think do I give up on killing this genie? I consider giving up on killing this genie. I remember that. And do I just abandon this genie, or do I really want to kill him? Sigh, because he's not coming towards us, and the door is right there. There's a lot of traps swinging around. Looks like I decide to kill him. Yep, get as much experience as possible. Good call, me. Be brave, and I took damage for it though, so then I felt kind of stupid. And here I go to the Veldt because, like I said, one of our objectives is to get a Jelly Blade for the massive attack increase. Jelly Blade is the highest flat attack damage in the game, and that's what we want. It's high attack stat, just flat attack stat. So that's what we're going for. Have some diamond, already have a diamond sword and a diamond pickaxe. Thanks to Found a Diamond Blades. Shout out to Diamond Blades. Get our diamond bars, make our diamond armor, chuck it in there. We have some gold, alright, we'll make a gold helmet, and then we're done with gold. Really nice finding diamond blades and being able to make stuff out of diamond blades, and you don't need to use the diamond ore for it. So now we just need a little bit more diamond for our hat, and then we're all set on equipment. So we went from iron armor to like diamond pickaxe, diamond sword, diamond armor, Rivenwrath, and gold helmet. So very quickly just almost maxed out our equipment. Just need a diamond helmet. And here, I forgot about these little marshmallow mushroom men that hop very quickly close to the ground. Kind of hard to deal with the Gadget Guard, because they hop so quickly. And this is, point out that little guy there, that mushroom knight, he swung his axe more times at me than I think any mushroom man has ever. Normally they just run back and forth and commonly don't swing their axe at all. That guy just stood there and was swinging at us the whole time. So that was like an elite hero mushroom man there. But anyway, those little short jumpy mushrooms, oof, tricky to take out because they're so fast and low to the ground. That drop in the Gadget Guard, so it hits them is a little bit, turns out to be a little bit tricky. You see me really struggling here. There's a jellyfish, so we need to kill a jellyfish for our jelly blades. So we're going to aggressively hunt down all the jellyfish we can, because they are, of course, horrible monsters. Yeah, nope, yep, trying to kill these little guys, and they're just hopping around scaring me. They do 4 damage, which is significant. It's not huge, but it's enough to, you really don't want to touch them. Yeah, hopping around, being all spooky, creepy. Little dead eyes and little tiny mouse. Going all sheep, the Gadget Guards. There's a jellyfish up there, another jellyfish there. So I'm like, yes, we get a jelly blade. Maybe, probably, maybe. Nope, not there. It's alright, it's this one over here. hop over it. We're skipping all the gold. We don't need gold. We already have all our diamond stuff. We need to get another jelly blade. But there's another jellyfish. We'll get jelly blade here. Nope, still not. Well, it's sad. I don't really want a jelly blade because I wasn't prepared to get a legendary sword of any sort, which would be the second highest flat tap stat in the game. I wasn't prepared to get that, so I'm really relying on finding this jelly blade, and I feel kind of dumb because we might not get it. I'm like, oh, I should have prepared backup. Should have prepared plan B. Not prepared plan B. Another jelly. Luckily, we're getting lots of jellyfish spawns, so we're getting lots of chances to get it. One thing I always find kind of curious is that if you do get jelly blade dropped, they commonly drop in pairs. So instead of just one jelly blade dropping out jellyfish, it won't be uncommon to get 2 or 3 yet dropping out one jellyfish. That was kind of weird. Then what is the jelly blade? What kind of structure is that? Where is that in the jellyfish? Why is it there? I don't want to think too much about it. I would imagine from a development point he had, like, you would get ingredients to craft the jelly blade from jellyfish, but then at some point it just turned into directly dropping the jelly blade from the jellyfish, which we just got from the jellyfish. So like, alright, now we have a ton of attack. Let's see if it works. Nope, still doing 21 damage. Awkward. So our jelly blade right now is not doing anything. Most of our attack for the Gadget Guard is coming from our armor and our ring, I assume. Imagine our ring. So we're just doing far less damage than we should. Enough to kill things though. So it's not, at least we're not doing like 6 or 8 damage. 21 that's enough to kill things. This little, come on little jumpy guy. Come on, get in. Oh, I almost landed on him. This is fighting these guys. There we go, got him. Tedious with this Gadget Guard only, those little tiny jumping mushrooms. So I had more cave, more experience, especially because Brood Mode is so easy to kill with the Gadget Guard. Especially if our damage returns to normal. It should be. I don't sell the food here because I realize I'm running kind of low on food. I'm eating much of it for healing. So I hang on to it in case I want to cook some of it in the future. In case I keep eating it at a high rate. Almost went out without selling that mushroom. Not a big deal, but I'll get rid of it anyway. But now I'm like, okay, time to do all this. Hey, 59 damage! Whoa, it's fixed itself. That is a very good amount of damage. It's not like perfect to what we should be doing, but it is far closer. Check my stat real quick to see if it's exact or not. But that is good. That's enough to kill things. So I mean, 21 is enough to kill things. 59 is enough to destroy things with the Gadget Guard, because you can hit them multiple times. So you're doing 60 damage a tick, hitting an enemy 2 or 3 times with one Gadget Guard, and you do multiple Gadget Guards. So you have a very high damage output. So now is where the Gadget Guard becomes good. And I almost just killed that Mimic with my Jelly Blade, which would have been tragic, because I don't think I would have been able to excuse that. Like accidentally hitting the wasps out of the wasp nest. I think that would have ended the run. But I didn't. I was remember not to. So, oh, we just butcher the Brood Millers with this Gadget Guard. And I forget a little bit of experience down there. And I see it and like, oh no, I forgot experience, oh go get it. Oh, way too late. So I missed a little bit from the Brood Miller there. Not a big deal. Now I'm having fun. Now I'm like, yes, our Gadget Guard is working properly-ish for the most part. Working well enough, because we should be doing more damage. I don't know what our stat is. Probably like, it's 140, so we should be doing closer to 70 damage than 60 damage. But it's working well enough for us to butcher everything. Now I'm having fun, going around swinging everything. Look at that. It's just dropping minefields of Gadget Guards and killing everything. Now we're up to 60 damage. 1 more damage, kind of irrelevant. At a certain point, 1 damage becomes irrelevant because it's such a small portion of your total damage output. And this little Brood Miller, oh yep, dead. Easy. Easy come, easy go, Brood Miller. Drop more. Almost got hit by a fake rock. That was a very close dodge on my part. So good job, me. We'll pat in the back. I will admit, watching post, oh, it sounds weird to say, watching after the fact, this post commentary kind of deal, is that if I do make a cool play, it definitely feels cooler watching it versus when I do it. So when I do it, I'm like, oh, I just saw it and got out of the way. But if I'm watching it afterwards, it looks cooler. So good job, me. Here I'm breaking some eggs, hoping to get another Brood Miller to spawn. And I'm thinking about which biome to go to. And I think, you know what biome would suck? The crater. Because dealing with all the having to jump around with all the purple traps and the purple bullets from the butterflies. And here I get full health off that altar. I was like, yeah, I have plenty of money, we can just do it. But trying to dodge all the butterfly bullets with the traps around would be kind of challenging. And I don't feel like doing it, especially when I'm to a boss. I felt like doing the crater boss would be really hard with Gadget Guard only, because he jumps around, he has a ton of health, and he shoots you the entire time. And he's very low to the ground, he's a very small little guy. So hitting him with the Gadget Guard would be really hard. Versus the dungeon boss, the Skeleton King, super easy. He shoots, flies towards you, you just get in his flight path, drop a bunch of Gadget Guards, he would die pretty easily. So definitely more comfortable going to the dungeon than the crater for this run. And though the doesn't mean the dungeon is not dangerous. Look at the wrecking balls, getting ranged enemies everywhere. It is not a harmless biome at all. Barely avoided taking damage there. Just kind of goofy. Sometimes I do something really cool, like I avoid taking damage in really cool ways in really dangerous situations. Though I do take damage, it's like something really stupid and run into something I should have had no excuse to actually hit. Got a ring on Sandy, it's not going to help us because we're not doing any magic. It would just in fact just hurt us because of the health reduction. Yep, like that. Just stand in the corner and get hit by the wrecking ball. Good job, me. And then land on the genie. Sometimes I make cool plays, sometimes I look like a fool. Guess that's just the way things work. Guess it's the way any kind of game would work. Sometimes you do cool things, sometimes not. Expect lots of that in Isaac. Lots looking like a fool. I'm drinking some potions. I'm gonna continue on our way. What's going on down here? Oh, the Minjars. Killing with our Gadget Guard easily enough. Feeling much more confident now they're doing proper damage, although I am getting annoyed myself with hitting the trap so many times. Yep, just like that, just jump directly into that one, don't even try. Kill the Minotaurs quickly. We can get the genies, because getting the genies, hitting the genie with the Gadget Guard without him moving, because he only moves after he shoots. So if you get him, just trying to hit him if he's not moving is difficult, so you have to get really close. You don't want to touch him because it does a lot of damage. And you don't want to get too close in case he shoots, because his fireballs do even more damage. It was a bit of a, definitely a trick to fighting the genies. Had some healing there. Probably should have ate a meat here. That's something I've been getting much worse at, is keeping track of my food, my hunger, and eating whenever we have a spare hunger point. Try to get the healing, squeeze the healing out of the food. Something I used to be much better at, I feel. Okay, a big part of getting better at anything is identifying your weaknesses and working on them. You can't get better at something without a little bit of criticism. That's why I encourage feedback. If you ever have any opinions on anything I'm doing, anything I do or I'm doing, don't be afraid to say so. Just keep it constructive, because if you're negative, then you just get ignored, and then you're not helping anyone. But constructive criticism always welcome, and it's something important to learn how to handle. Get some diamond up for our diamond helmet. It's our last piece of equipment that we need. 4 maxed out. Dropping more of our garbage. I'm like, hey, maybe I should get that coal, cook some more food, because we're kind of low if I want to keep eating. I don't think it actually becomes important though. But I'm like kind of getting paranoid about my food levels. I'm like, I should keep eating for healing. But as you can see, I'm not even eating to heal. I have 5 out of 8. I haven't eaten yet. So very kind of strange. I was conscientious of the amount of food I have because I'd be eating it, but then I wasn't actually eating it very much. Treasure chest down there, or mimic. Give me some diamond bars. That's why I want to kill mimics. Yep, there you go. Get the diamond bars. Because mimics have a good chance of giving you really good loot. By really good loot, it's really just exclusively diamond bars or diamond leather. And diamond leather is not useful if you're not an archer. The diamond bar is always useful. There I got a ring of life, put it on for a little extra life, because we have a blank ring space. And I realized, hey, we just picked up 3 bars, so all that mining diamond ore is kind of pointless. And then I decided we'll immediately replace the ring of life with our attack ring. Try to get a little bit more damage on our Gadget Guard. So I'm fine with the amount of life we have. We don't need more max life. We don't have the healing to support it. I'm pretty sure, did we do less? I'm doing less damage again? Weren't we doing like 61? I don't know. It's hard to keep track of this silly Gadget Guard nonsense. Of course, I want this biscuit. Magic's not going to help, but the extra health, of course, does. Really like the biscuits because they give you max health, but they also raise your current health by the same amount. And here I'm like, well, I can just sell like everything because we're pretty much done with equipment. All we need is diamond because we're going to make a helmet. So you're going to sell everything, and everything is great. And I made a fire starter even though I already had one. I felt kind of dumb for that. And I realized we don't need that much food, so I sell some of the food. Like a lot of the food, and just decided to cook up the couple that we keep. So I'm like, well, I do want a little bit more food, but we're almost at the end actually, so maybe I don't need that much food. I'm really paranoid about selling the diamond for some reason. I do remember that. I'm really afraid I'd accidentally sell a diamond, just not have a helmet. But I don't, and we successfully make a helmet and our maxed out. Sweet. Equipment-wise, we have nowhere else to go except maybe a ring of rage over a ring of power. Other than that, we're just killing everything. Don't need a mine. Don't need to worry about picking up anything other than maybe biscuits. Ah, here's why I landed on the Minotaur. I knew it happened at some point. Took 7 damage. Minotaurs. And he goes into the roof. I hate you, genies. Yeah, here we're just looking for healing items, biscuits, the like. Luckily, we do find a large potion. It's a great find. I love finding healing items. Because that means you can make mistakes and then not lose your run. And even really good players, of course, make mistakes. If you watch me, consider me good. If you consider me good or not, whatever, that's your opinion, but I still make lots of mistakes. If you consider me good and also make lots of mistakes, it's fine, everyone makes mistakes. There's a genie up here. Main concern is the genie. The other guys are just inconveniences. The Minotaur is stuck on the genie, and it's really confusing me. I was like, is he gonna come down? And then he kind of floated on the fireball there from the genie, so that was some really interesting behavior. Missed some experience from that archer though, because that took so long. I was really curious what was going on, but the genie and the Minotaur, and he was jumping on the fireball. I was really confused. There, I pick up a diamond blade and realize I don't need it for anything, so just drop it again. Ditch everything, make a big potion, and continue on our way. Pick up so much trash in the dungeon. Another ring of power, we don't need it, we already have 2. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Get out of here. Shoot fireballs at me and such. I want to kill these genies, but there's 2 of them, and there's wrecking balls. I'm like, oh, why genies? Make this so hard. Luckily, they just float right into us, so I don't end up taking any damage from them. But it's certainly an intimidating thing to face when you're only using Gadget card. Genies surrounded by wrecking balls. So they were kind of just going through the motions, collecting stuff, killing everything with our Gadget guard. Took too much damage because you have to get really close to hit it with the Gadget guard. And then you get too close, the mimic hurts you. He jumps at you and bites you. So unfortunately, I'm sure there's a sweet spot you can get it where you're not quite close enough to trigger it, but close enough to hit the Gadget guard. I just wasn't getting it there. More archers and genies. Oh man, I remember this room. Like there's archers and genies and wrecking balls everywhere, and I got shot and then took damage. I want to pick up this mystery potion because it could be healing. And then even a little skeleton. Okay, I missed a little bit of experience up there. I don't think I even noticed that. There he goes. Skeleton's out of the way. He's just inconvenient. Jump into the wrecking ball to avoid the fireball. Didn't even kill the genie. He shoots again. The archer's shooting me the whole time. This is a mess. Decided to kill the archer. Just get rid of his, like a convenience fee for the archer. Get rid of him. I missed though and ended up killing the genie first, but wanted to kill the archer. So we got through there. We did touch the traps a couple times. One thing about hitting the traps versus fireball, traps do a lot less damage. They do half the damage. So I'd definitely much rather hit the trap than the genie fireball. But ideally I would be dodging them both and not getting hit by either. There you go, remember to eat a little bit, try to get some healing. And a bunch of mana rolls on this potion before we get a health potion. Make more health potion. I'm like barely keeping up on healing between the damage I'm taking on accident. So we're taking a fair amount of damage, but we're lucky to keep finding potions and such. So I'm not getting particularly low. And there's a bunch of genies over here. I don't like that at all. I'm like, no genies, no, no, no. Genies and these wrecking balls back here where I would like to fight them. I can't even get in there because they're going to keep shooting at me. You know what? Let's let's just bail. I consider it, so I don't want to go back and fight them, but then I see this wall of fire coming at me, so I just bail out. Riven Wrath, get a little extra attack. Of course, 'cause that's the whole thing we're doing is extra attack. Trying to increase our Gadget Guard damage. Did I go over here? What was I shooting around for? I don't remember. Oh, I have a little bit. I was looking for chickens because I'm about to level up to level 35. So I'm like, oh, I'll just kill some chickens, get level 35. There are no chickens in this town, so I couldn't kill them for experience and get up to level 35. It's kind of sad about that. Don't know why this town doesn't have chickens. I guess they just are suffering a famine. Already ate all the chickens. My chickens ran away. They knew I was coming. I don't know. But we're about to go face the Scourge, so I'm selling everything, getting prepared, getting my potions ready to go. Yep, chugging poison because I was hoping it was healing. Healing back up to full. I'm keeping the food because I want to be able to eat it in case we need a little bit of emergency healing. I don't need 11 of it, but I just keep it anyway. I'm not really worried about money in this run anyway. So here we go into the Scourge level. Now this first room is kind of annoying. I'm really worried about Scourge masks and the worms in particular, because the worms I have to try to, yeah, I see it's kind of hard to get the Gadget Guard right next to them while they're going to be raining meteors down upon me. And also the first room's kind of annoying because we're getting shot in the back by the Scourge Man while I'm fighting, which makes it harder. But we get past that point, so we're out of his range now. So now we can just fighting the Scourge Mask, Gadget Guard, not too bad because they do fly directly into you. Their aggressive nature really pays off with the Gadget Guard because they just fly into your Gadget Guard and die very quickly. The worms are a problem though because they just sit there. You have to get right up next to them to hit them. I decided just to not even kill that one. I'm just leaving. It's difficult to get right next to them. You don't want to touch them. They do a little bit of damage. You don't want to get hit by the meteors because they quickly start raining down. So there we go. Managed to get that one. He kind of surprised me though. So I was dropping the Gadget Guard for the masks and have to be warm there. I'm trying to get the worm. There you go. Got pushed into me. Having some luck on some of these worms. There, got that one in the head. Getting a little better. I got a little better. Took a little bit of practice. After kill a few worms, then kind of getting hang of the spacing now. These guys aren't that bad. Yeah, I got a hang of the worms now. And that was the end of the level. It's like the shortest Scourge level ever. I swear, this level is so short. I was actually really surprised that the ending was already there. It's like four floors that we just went through, and it was the end of the level. So I'm thinking, wow, we do not have a lot of time to kill this guy. Yeah, one of the enemies I left is still right there. Very short floor. Wow. So now I'm like, okay, we don't have a lot of time here, but the Scourge Man don't have a lot of space, I should say. Don't have a lot of space, but the Scourge Man moves very slowly, so we should have plenty of time. We're doing 60 damage a tick. Every time we deploy a Gadget Guard, we get like 3 to 4 ticks. So we're doing a solid amount of damage. We're doing like almost 200 damage a Gadget Guard, so I should kill him pretty easily as long as I stay calm, don't get too close to him. Drop the Gadget Guards, back off, be patient. And then we should be able to kill him in a decent amount of time. And I have plenty of health to tank those bullets if I need to, and then he dies. So I'm very pleased that we're able to get through that and actually kill him. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, follow me on Twitter, you guys know the deal, and I will see you next time.